The following program is produced by students of the Brian Lamb School of Communication at Purdue University.
On this edition of Fast Track, we will take a look at a Purdue athlete with some big accomplishments and even bigger aspirations.
And later, all aboard, the only highway-certified mascot in the country, we'll take you on a ride on the Boilermaker Special. These stories and more are coming up on this week's edition of Fast Track. Thank you for tuning in to Fast Track. This week's show is coming to you from Chauncey Hill Plaza. I'm Rachel Bibler.
And I'm Taylor Briscoe. Basketball and football are two of the most attended sports here at Purdue, but you may find yourself buying a ticket for this particular sport after hearing about one of its key players.
Senior wrestler Danny Sabatello has big plans for the upcoming season, and so does the rest of his team. Taylor Briscoe will tell us more.
Danny Sabatello is entering his final collegiate wrestling season. Now more than ever, he is taking the role of a leader both on and off the mat.
I like to think all these seniors are taking on a leadership role. We have some great seniors, not just myself. These freshmen and underclassmen are making it easy on us because they got their heads on straight. They come in, they don't need to be told what to do. There's so many great, talented, hardworking guys on this team.
This congenial teammate not only believes in the guys wrestling by his side, but his coaching staff too.
Freshman year, I thought I was top dog. I thought I knew it all. But you realize slowly that you don't know it all, and you got to believe in your coaches and everything they've told you.
Sabatello says this goes for both physical and mental aspects of wrestling.
There's no secrets in wrestling. You just got to work hard and believe. If you don't think you're going to win, then you're not going to win.
He plans to repeat that mantra throughout the season, but as for winning,
my goal is never to be undefeated. It's always to be, on the top of the stand at the end of the year. If you're the guy at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Sabatello is talking even bigger goals than being a Big Ten champion.
That's a cool goal to have, but at the end of the day, still a national champion and being up there, right there with those three other guys.
And as for postseason and graduation plans for Sabatello, we will all have to wait.
We'll see. I have a couple things in mind, and then after the season, I'm going to really think about it and announce what I'm going to do.
Reporting for Fast Track, Taylor Briscoe.
Being prepared for anything life has to throw at you is always a good idea. We don't always know what life has in store for us, but one thing we can consistently count on here in central Indiana is cold, snowy weather.
One of the top things to consider prepping for the cold weather is your car. Fast Track's Krista McEnany has some good tips from the experts.
Winter is right around the corner, but before it gets here, there's a few things you should do to get your car winter ready.
My recommendations are to bring your vehicle down to O'Reilly Auto Parts so we can test your antifreeze and we can test your battery and your starter and your alternator to make sure they're not going to fail during the winter periods.
Places like O'Reilly Auto Parts are a one-stop shop for making your preparations for winter hassle-free.
We do offer a wide variety of parts, including batteries and alternators and starters in stock. A lot of our parts that we do not carry in stock we can have next day or same day from our Brownsburg DC.
Not everyone has the luxury of paying someone else to get their car ready for winter. Even more so, not everyone has the luxury of doing their own repairs in the comfort of a garage. Planning in advance can keep you from lying on the cold, icy ground at the mercy of Old Man Winter.
Well, one of the first things I have to take care of in the fall is the tire pressure, and the air in the tires was nice and warm over the summer and expanded. Well, now we have the cooler days and expecting to get much cooler.
And with the much cooler temperatures comes a decrease in air pressure, which makes this step essential for maintaining control of your vehicle in slick conditions.
Similarly, I'll check my brakes, make sure I have adequate brake pads. Again, that's a chore I don't like to do when it's very cold. And in this case, my battery charging system does not work very well, so I have to replace the alternator.
Just as important as making sure your vehicle starts up is maintaining maximum visibility.
Windshield wiper blade maintenance is one of the most important things to consider in the fall because they have to do extra duty. As you can see, this wiper blade has had a very long life and has seen much better days. The cover that helps keep the ice out of the wiper blade from building up has deteriorated. The blade no longer is perpendicular to the glass. It's kind of laying on its side. It's coming apart here. So this blade definitely needs to be replaced.
So before you need to start scraping the frost off your windshield, be sure to take advantage of the fall-like temperatures and get proper maintenance done on your vehicle. For Fast Track, I'm Krista McEnany.
Thank you, Krista. Definitely something to keep in mind for the upcoming winter. Purdue recently broke ground on 2 buildings dedicated to animal science. These buildings will go up on the corner of Russell and Harrison Streets in West Lafayette.
Reporter Cameron Harden reports on how these buildings are going to bring a new look to Purdue's largest agricultural program, as well as new faculty and students.
To welcome each and every one of you today to this celebration.
Students, alumni, and staff celebrated today as Purdue embarks on taking its animal sciences department and making it state-of-the-art.
It's been in the works for a number of years, but the fundraising was completed last spring, and then the Board of Trustees approved the facilities in May of this year.
Purdue's College of Agriculture Dean Jay Akridge was well aware the old animal science buildings were getting outdated, making the new buildings even more important for his students.
They're going to have the opportunity to study, to take classes, to work in laboratories, to work in an experiential learning environment that truly is state-of-the-art.
Land O'Lakes and the Creighton brothers each donated $5 million for the new facilities.
The Creighton brothers, the Creighton family, has been a longtime partner of Purdue. It's a very well-recognized family in our state of Indiana. Land O'Lakes is a very important strategic partner of our college and Purdue. It's a name that many people know because of their dairy organization, but it's a farmer-owned cooperative, which a lot of people don't know. So that's a farmer-owned organization, and again, we're very proud to put the Land O'Lakes name on that facility.
The 2 state-of-the-art facilities are set to be more than 100,000 square feet. But according to the head of animal science, Alan Matthews, the best part is they'll be located right next to each other.
Our faculty are scattered across 4 different buildings on campus, and that means our students are moving between buildings and not getting just a full view of everything we do. Having everyone consolidated in one building provides more opportunity just for engagement, interaction, brainstorming between faculty and students as a full group.
And according to Matthew, the buildings will not only help current students.
Having new facilities will be in a great way an attraction for the best and brightest faculty and the best students across the country to come to us, not only knowing we have strong programs, but now we also have state-of-the-art facilities.
The completion date is set for the fall semester of 2017. Reporting on Purdue's campus for Fast Track, Cameron Harden.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, we're taking you on a ride on Purdue's unusual mascot, the Boilermaker Special.
We've also got your first look at weather, back after this.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We are all Boilermakers, but we're also much more. We're history makers, exploring the farthest reaches of our universe, often when strapped to a rocket. We are hope makers, rebuilders of Haitian cityscapes who ensure they'll now withstand any disaster. We are difference makers, developers of drought-resistant crops that just might end world hunger. The fact is, what we make moves the world forward. We are Purdue, makers all.
I am an American.
I am an American. I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
That's the way most of us put it, just matter of factly.
They're plain words, those 4. You could write them on your thumbnail or sweep them across the bright autumn sky.
But remember, too, that they are more than just words.
They are a way of life.
So whenever you speak them firmly.
Speak them proudly, speak them gratefully. I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am poised under pressure. I led Purdue to a come-from-behind victory in my first start. I am focused on the field and in class. I draw inspiration from the cradle of quarterbacks. I am Rob Henry, and I am a Boilermaker.
Well, welcome back. Today in your Indiana weather history, on November 13th in 1997, a winter storm brought 4 to 6 inch snowfalls between Terre Haute and Indianapolis on the 13th into the 14th. Now, we don't have any snow in our forecast, but we do have quite a bit of rain coming up. Luckily, that's not happening tonight. We're going to have very clear skies. It is going to get a bit cool at 8 p.m. starting at 37 degrees, and then by midnight dropping down to 32 degrees with mostly clear skies. By 2 a.m., 31, and then our overnight low getting down to 28 degrees here in Lafayette. Now, there is a slight chance for frost, but with the high winds that we're going to be seeing, that is going to limit any frost that we may see. We're going to get down to 28 in Rensselaer, 31 for the low in Kokomo, and 31 for the overnight low in Warsaw. I want to share some viewer photos with you once again. We did have some sunny skies over this week, just a few clouds. It's a really pretty picture. We do see we had a good bit of wind by the flags there in the background. We did have a bit of cloud coverage moving from Thursday into Friday. Lots of wind as well, but we did still see some pretty sunsets and some clearer conditions as well. And some fun for you, your weather trivia this week. What is the greatest amount of rain to fall in a single day? Answers are A, 38.6 inches, 53.9 inches for B, C, 71.8 inches, and D, 95.4 inches. I'll have the answer to that, as well as when we'll see our next chance of rain when we come back.
Thanks, Krista. Have you seen the Boilermaker Special around campus lately? As one of Purdue's greatest traditions, the Boilermaker Special offers free rides on Friday afternoons around campus.
Students, alumni, and community members all come together to tour the campus and its landmarks. Reporter Rachel Bibler caught the train. Let's see how it went.
This Victorian-era railway locomotive represents Purdue's leading in locomotive technology since it was founded. As the Boilermaker Special makes its way through campus every Friday from 1 to 4 p.m., students and community members are able to catch a ride and enjoy one of Purdue's greatest traditions.
Lying here and just like, oh, this is pretty cool. Is that free? I said, it's free. That's good.
One of the Boilermaker Special drivers expresses how he takes pride in the spirit of Purdue's campus, and that's why he enjoys driving.
Raising spirits is definitely the thing I take the most pride in enjoying. Being loud and obnoxious is one way to get everybody fired up for the football games. That's something that I really enjoy.
A few alumni members visiting campus explain how they hope to see what has changed since they've been students.
We're hoping to just drive around and see what changes have happened over the last 20 years since we've been here.
Since then, the Reamer Club is in charge of the Boilermaker Special. It operates the rides, the technical aspects, along with maintaining one of Purdue's greatest traditions. If you would like to ride the Boilermaker Special, you can visit the Reamer Club's website at PurdueReamerClub.org for more information about dates and times offered. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Rachel Bibler.
In an effort to keep up with off-campus housing, Purdue University residence halls are now moving up their date to re-sign to live in a dorm.
Since apartment leases begin going out during fall semester, the residence halls have decided to move up their deadline to keep up with demand. Fast Track's Julie Villanova has the details.
Purdue University resident halls pushed up their date for new incoming freshmen to register for housing. Why the sudden urge for Purdue to step up their game? Maybe it's because off-campus housing is a little bit more appealing.
Thank you for calling Chauncey Square. This is Sean. How can I help you?
Purdue University is having some problems filling up the dorms for fall 2016 and keeping students in contract for spring 2016. The apartment complexes are already starting to sell. Chauncey Square Apartment Complex has already sold all of the 1-bedroom and 4-bedroom apartments for fall 2016.
And we give residents the opportunity to renew for their floor plan, so we're not kicking them out. But after that date, we experienced like a wave of traffic. Like as you can see here, we had like 6 tours today. We're already sold out of about half of our floor plan.
The amount of students wanting to live off campus is very overwhelming, especially for the apartment complex leasing offices. Some of the perks of living off campus include convenience of popular food joints and Chauncey Square within walking distance, more living space, full kitchens, spacious bathrooms, and also free parking compared to the dorm's strict laws. The dorms on Purdue's campuses are definitely smaller than apartments, but it's a great way for incoming students to meet other freshmen.
As a freshman, it's nice to live in the dorms because we get to meet a lot of new people, and coming from out of state, I didn't really know anyone coming here. But I'm looking forward to moving into a sorority house, and as a senior, moving into an apartment because the space will be a lot better and I won't have to deal with communal showers, and it'll just be a lot better.
If you're looking for housing for fall 2016, make sure not to waste any time. As Purdue enrollment increases, housing options will only become tighter. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Julie Villanova.
What do Beyonce, Jada Pinkett Smith, and R. Kelly all have in common? Other than fame, they are all awesome dancers. The choreographer responsible for those moves recently paid a visit here to Purdue University.
Paige hosted a master dance class at the Co-Rec last week, and reporter Island Sapahi was there to watch some Boilers bust a move.
The Co-Rec at Purdue is always filled with students looking to get their sweat on, but one class in particular brought in over 400 students. Co-sponsored by the Black Cultural Center and the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, a master dance class instructed by Jeffrey Page drew in a ton of students ready to show off their moves. Jeffrey Page is a choreographer who has been featured on Fox Network's So You Think You Can Dance, has worked with R. Kelly, Jada Pinkett Smith, Cirque du Soleil, and is the one responsible for the complicated choreography in Beyonce's Run the World music video. After the master class, Mr. Page had a private dance class with students at the Black Cultural Center to better connect on a personal level and share his philosophy of bringing the art of dance to Purdue University.
I think bringing dance here to Purdue, it pushes the envelope and not necessarily creating new dancers of the future, but I think pushing people to think differently about how they approach a problem, how they solve a problem, how they, what kind of emotion and what kind of thing needs to happen on the inside, what kind of fearlessness that needs to happen to stepping towards a problem. And it's not always formula. And most often, even in science, things shift and change. And so how do we put that on our bodies organically? How do we make that change happen organically? And I think that's the beautiful thing about dance, and that's the beautiful thing about art.
Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Island Sapahi.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We are all Boilermakers, but we're also much more. We're history makers, exploring the farthest reaches of our universe, often when strapped to a rocket. We are hope makers, rebuilders of Haitian cityscapes who ensure they'll now withstand any disaster. We are difference makers, developers of drought-resistant crops that just might end world hunger. The fact is, what we make moves the world forward. We are Purdue, makers all.
I am an American.
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 That's the way most of us put it, just matter of factly.
They're plain words, those four. You could write them on your thumbnail or sweep them across a bright autumn sky.
But remember, too, that they are more than just words.
They are a way of life.
So whenever you speak them firmly.
Speak them proudly, speak them gratefully. I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am poised under pressure. I led Purdue to a come-from-behind victory in my first start. I am focused on the field and in class. I draw inspiration from the cradle of quarterbacks. I am Rob Henry, and I am a Boilermaker.
Purdue Music Organization is gearing up for one of the most busy times of the year.
The 82nd annual Purdue Christmas Show begins on December 4th. Fast Track reporter Spencer Huffmeyer has the story.
It may be November and the weather is still nice outside, but the staff at the Elliott Hall of Music and the Purdue Music Organizations have Christmas on the mind. The 82nd annual Christmas show Load-In is underway. Since the conclusion of the 81st Christmas show last December, the Hall of Music staff has been hard at work designing elaborate set pieces and making PMO's dream become a reality. The Purdue Musical Organization has been planning, writing, and practicing every detail to make sure it's perfect.
So this show is definitely going to be a lot different than the past. In the 80th, we really did a history lesson. Last year was the 75th anniversary of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, so we did that kind of theme. And this year's theme is definitely something different. It's going to blow your mind. Everything's backwards this year. Christmas is backwards, and it's got a really interesting theme this year. Our students have been working really hard, memorizing lines and getting their getting ready for the show. The staff has really been putting in extra hours, making sure the set's been going up really well. Started in January planning for this set, and then we use it for 4 performances, and it's in the warehouses again. But Purdue Christmas Show is something on your bucket list you're not going to want to miss.
Tickets for the show are now on sale. You can get them online, at the Purdue box office, or through mail order. If you'd like to save a little money, Purdue offers students buy one, get one after Thanksgiving. So in December, come share a little bit of Christmas spirit with Purdue. For Fast Track, I'm Spencer Huffmeyer.
College Mentors for Kids has been on Purdue's campus for many years, bridging friendships for Purdue students and elementary school students.
It's ongoing year-round and has helped change lives. Reporter Liz Van Oostenburg has more on the program.
College Mentors for Kids takes place here on Purdue's campus every Monday through Thursday, where elementary and middle school students from the greater Lafayette community are paired with college mentors. College Mentors for Kids connects college students with elementary and middle school students from the greater Lafayette community. Alyssa Begley, a senior at Purdue, loves spending time with kids and has been involved with College Mentors for Kids since her freshman year.
I love about College Mentors for Kids is that when you walk through an activity, you can see how excited the kids are to see their big buddies, and just they're overwhelmed with joy that they get to be there with their mentors. They get to be on Purdue's campus. They get to be learning, and also they really look up to them. Our mentors are role models for the little buddies, and on the other side of it, the mentors love coming to activity because it's a time for them to just hang out with the little kids.
This is a nationwide growing nonprofit organization, helping young students learn and grow with their after-school activities.
I like to be hyper. I like flipping and doing all the activities.
College Mentors for Kids Purdue works with children from Glen Acres Elementary, Oakland Elementary, Miller Elementary, and Sunnyside Middle School. These mentors hope to be their buddies and role models for life.
I like to come outside, eat cupcakes, and get messy.
Their mission is to connect college students with the most, to give kids who need it most. Currently, Purdue's College Mentor for Kids has 245 students from the greater Lafayette community. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Liz Van Oostenburg.
Let's take a look at our final weather forecast for the week ahead. Krista?
Well, thank you. And for your weather trivia to what is the greatest amount of rain to fall in a 24-hour period, the answer is C, 71.8 inches. This occurred on an island in the southern Indian Ocean from January 7th to the 8th in 1966, and this was after the passage of Cyclone Denise. Now coming up, we're not expecting that much rain, but we do have rain in the forecast. For now, we have a cool into the school week as we're forecasting low temperatures getting below freezing. We do have a sunny weekend ahead, so enjoy it while you can before that rain does return to start next week. Now in your almanac, just to get you a look at where we should be for this time of year, we forecasted a high in the upper 40s for today, and we're going to see a low near 28 degrees. Normal temperatures for this time of year is a high of 53 degrees with a low of 35, so we are a bit below the average. Now record highs high of 75 was set in 1964, and a record low of just 9 degrees was set in 1986. So luckily, we're not going to get quite that cool. Tonight, we're expecting clear and cool conditions. It is going to be breezy with winds gusting to near 15 miles per hour, and we're going to have winds out of the west at 8 to 12 miles per hour. We are expecting to remain dry. For your evening planner, 8 p.m., just partly cloudy skies, 37 degrees, cooling down to 32 degrees by midnight as those clouds continue to clear out, bringing us mostly clear skies overnight. Now with that lack of cloud coverage, that's going to allow us to cool off quite a bit. The low temperature of 28 degrees in Lafayette, getting down to 28 in Rensselaer, as well as 31 degrees for the low in Warsaw and 31 for the low in Kokomo, and a bit cooler, 30 degrees for the low further south in Indianapolis. Now for your day planner tomorrow, we're expecting lots of sunshine, 8 a.m., 36 degrees, 10 a.m., climbing up to 46. By 2, we're going to hit our high temperature of 55 degrees. Then by 4 p.m., already starting to cool off to 52 degrees. Now high temperatures tomorrow, Rensselaer, 52 degrees, 49 in Warsaw, 51 in Kokomo, and 51 in Indianapolis. In Lafayette, we are actually going to see a high temperature of 55 degrees, not that 53. Now, taking a look at your future radar, we're going to see lots of sunshine this weekend. We have this high pressure system that is going to bring us that sunshine and clear skies. We are looking at this system off to our west that's going to bring us rain later in the week. By Monday morning, 7 a.m., we see that rain starting to move in just off to our west. By Monday evening or Monday afternoon at 4 p.m., we are looking for that to move closer, and by 7 p.m., we are looking for some chances of some showers. Tuesday, 7 a.m., we do see that system starting to strengthen further off to our west, bringing us even more rainfall as we head later into the week. By Wednesday, 7 a.m., lots of rainfall just off to our west, going to be impacting us by Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Now by Thursday morning at 7 a.m., most of this is pushed off to our east. We can start to see some clearing just off to our west. By the end of this, we are looking to see at least a couple inches of rainfall. Now in your 7-day forecast, Saturday, a high temperature of 53, and on Sunday, lots of sunshine, getting up to 60, but then cooling back off when we get that rainfall on Monday with a high of 55. Tuesday climbing back up to 59, and Wednesday, similar conditions with a high of 58. Thursday, slight chance of morning showers, and then we'll dry out with a high of 57. And to end your school week on Friday, partly cloudy skies, dry conditions, and a high of 55.
You love wine, cheese, and good company? This next story is for you.
In this segment of One Tank Trips, Beth Stanley is taking us to a winery not far from campus.
Well, who would have known that an award-winning winery sits just 15 minutes away from our very own campus? On this week's edition of One Tank Trips, we are out here at Wildcat Creek Winery to learn a little bit about the winemaking process, as well as maybe try some of the wines for ourselves. Now, do remember that you must be 21 or older to participate. With over 90 distilleries and counting spread out around the state of Indiana, who knew that we have an award-winning winery right in our own backyard? Wildcat Creek Winery has won honors such as Indiana Wine of the Year, Indiana Treminette Wine of the Year, and multiple best-in-class wines. But winery owner Rick Black says that it's often the customer feedback that he treasures the most.
And she said, "They like your wine." But I mean, that celebration was amazing. And when he got to one of the wines, it happened to be that Chamberson I was talking about, and he didn't know what it was. He hadn't had it before, but he smelled it and tasted it. And he took his glass and threw it up in the air and yelled, "Cherries." And you know, it was like almost more than I could take.
And at Wildcat Creek, the whole process, aside from growing the grapes, is done on-site with their expansive property that includes the distillery, packaging, and distribution centers. But for Rick and many other winemakers, the creation of wine is more of an art, making sure that all of the flavors are in perfect harmony.
An orchestra, when you hit that perfect balance, it's you can't hear any of the instruments more than another. So
the winery offers tours of its production and fermentation facilities, as well as a wine tasting. Co-owner and tasting director Kathy Black says that you can really make a whole day out of your experience.
Come out during those open hours and we have free wine tasting. If you want a tour, best to call ahead so that we have somebody here You can come, you can bring a picnic with you, you can bring friends. We really do welcome Purdue students. We love for them to come out here and you know, take a break from studying and get out and kind of relax a little bit.
The winery is open every day of the week, and their hours can be found on their website. So if you're looking to uncork and unwind, the Wildcat Creek Winery is just a 15-minute drive from campus and is open every day. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Beth Stanley.
That's all we have for this week's edition of Fast Track. I'm Taylor Briscoe.
And I'm Rachel Bibler. Join us again next week as we take you through more stories on Purdue's campus. Have a great week.